What's up, YouTube? Welcome to More Trade. This is another update on Solana. Solana has still been struggling at the 25.731 as our high was only wick to the 26.7, 26.4, 26.828, sorry. We've been struggling at that zone. Remember when I said a while back that if we need to get to the 26 zone, the only way is we need to get above the 25. Obviously, if we get above the 26, then possibly we could see the 32. But we're still struggling at that zone, and it seems as a problem. This is on the Solana Binance US dollar, but I'll go back to the chart of Solana USDT and Solana USD. On the Solana USD chart, you could see that Solana is finding significant resistance at this Fibonacci channel line. You can see these lines. There are three lines over here. They're basically several Fibonacci channels that I've laid out, and they all land at the same spot. It's not the one-to-one, it's the zero line. But we've been struggling at that zone. So you could simply say that this is a trend line where Solana, you draw this in the highs and see that Solana is struggling right about here. So the next point, if Solana gets up, you most probably will see resistance somewhere around here, around the 24.8, or you could draw it differently and take it from the peaks over here and say that's your zone. I mean, these trend lines move and you need to keep up with them, but nevertheless I believe Solana is doing something like that, and we're hitting that over and over again. If you connect the wicks, then it even looks much better. Those two wicks, your next zone would be this. If we pump today and this daily candle, that would take it to 25.249. And frankly speaking, this pattern here looks somewhat like it looks like a bullish pattern. We usually see that in crypto. You come up, you form a curve like an inverted U shape, and you pump up. And if you look at the bigger picture, it looks like we're doing it on the bigger scale, and we may pump up. The bullish scenario for Solana could be that we're not done pumping, and we could be continuing as a bear flagpole length, and you could come to the, that is a huge pump. Sorry, disregard that because the line is extended. I believe it's around the 30 zone. So extend right? No, don't extend. The next zone would be around, let's see, for Solana, if Solana pumps today, 42, I mean not today, but I mean the bull flag breakout measured move is around $42. Now what does Solana need to do? Solana needs to, for starters, maintain this 22.5. I was saying in another video, if we lose the 22.6, we could be coming lower, even as low as the $5 to $7 range that I've had that target for a while. Now, if we take a fib retracement for this, and if we say this was a 1, 2, and then we have a third wave that had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the third wave is over, and then you had a 4 and a 5. Now, if you measure the third wave, you could see that the presumed fourth wave came down more than the 0.236 slightly as the third wave finished up here, we're saying, and we came down here. But if you want to say the third wave finished up here, then you came down to 0.382, it's good. Then you went for a fifth wave up. The fifth wave, does it meet the measurement? If we say this was our one wave, this is the length of one, and you take it to the bottom of the four, presumed fourth wave, then we could say the fifth wave came to the one-to-one extension, and that's perfect. Or you could say that this is the fourth wave, and we still have more room to the 28 or 32 zone. Either way, we might have a little more upside, but the way it's looking is looking bearish. Let's look at the volume for Solana the past few days and analyze volume-wise. Is Solana giving a good amount of volume in this? Sorry, is Solana giving a good amount of volume? Looking at the volume, looks like it's been declining throughout this entire move up. Look at that. Volume's going down as we're moving up. That is not a good sign for Solana. Now, if we pump up, we were in a rising wedge, which is a bearish pattern, and the measured move for this breakdown of the rising wedge is the mouth of the wedge, and it could take you down to the $20 zone. Now, we had an ascending trend line, which is our support. We also lost it. If we pump, we could come as high as if this daily candle pumps today, we could come as high as the 26.8, where we'll find possible resistance at the bottom of this wedge. Or if we're going to pump up to the ascending support line, that would be 28.26. So those are the top side areas that I'm watching for Solana for a possible pump or to find resistance. On the 4-hourly, let me see if we have any naked point of controls around there. On the daily, we have naked point of controls below. On the 4-hourly, I can't see anything above. Let's go on the hourly. We might see something where you could expect them to come up, grab liquidity, and you wait for a reaction, either a rejection. We have one over here. This is at $25. So the next high, the previous high, would be our next zone of liquidity. We might pump up during the markets open, New York section. We might come up. We might do something like this. Come up, wick up, and maybe come down. Then either we will reject or continue higher. Either way, for Solana, for me, I'm on the sideline at the moment. I'm not in a long, I'm not in a short. A essential short position would have been here when you see that extension being hit, the 1-to-1 extension. That would be a good short to enter. Any patterns being formed here, we could say we are in some sort of a pennant. Or on the daily, let's see if on the daily anything gets clear. On the 1-hourly, it's a bit messy. On the daily, we have some sort of a bull flag, but as you can see, if I just take this green trend line and slightly move it down because price has moved, let's see, and say this is like this, we are forming some sort of a pennant or triangle that we would like to see volume decreasing in these areas. Okay, now you see volume is decreasing in the triangle. That is only telling you that there is a possible move incoming, an explosive move. The explosive move would be the width of the triangle, the first target, either to the downside, if it happens in the next few days, to possibly 17.2, or to the upside in the next few days, that could come to $30. So you have either $30, 17.2. Now, if you take a fixed range volume profile and look at it, you could see that we are traveling. Let's see, what are we traveling in? Where are we in the range? We are above the POC. If we take it from there, and if we take it from here, as this is my range, we are above the value area low. I would rather take it from here because these two lows match. So I would say most probably that is my value area low over here. We are above it. We're trying to get to the POC. Now, judging volume, judging pattern, there is a breakout incoming. When will it happen? We can't say, but if this move is done, as I was saying earlier, if this move is done to the upside, we might expect, assuming this whole move was a wave 1, then you could come as low as the 12. This is the zones for wave 1. 0.5 at 17.9, say $18, where it would match the value area high almost of the previous range at the bottom. 0.618 at 15.8. And you have this as a possible retracement for wave 1. Then you have, this is your next zone, and you have this as your final zone to just to maintain your bullish stance. Now, if it comes to the 0.5 and holds, then there is a possibility that this 5-wave move up could have been an A, we're coming for a B, and we're going to a C. So I'll give you an example of where could we go if we come that low. It seems I took the fib retracement wrong. Solana was down here. So sorry guys. This is a 0.786 at 11.9. This is a 0.618, 15.1. And this is a 0.5 at 17.3. Now, say Solana doesn't come for a deep retracement, a shallow retracement, and we're going up. Then you take it from the low to the high of this wave, and you come back down to say it only came to the 0.5 at 17.3. Your projection for Solana is either the 1-to-1 at 36 or even the 1.618 at 48. It's a really wide range, and no one can tell you where the market is going. The market is very indecisive at the moment. The DXY was pumping yesterday and then only to move down, and today it's attempting another move to the upside. Quite weak the movement is, but we have resistance. This is our zone. This could be like, you could say it's a place where, a point of control where price likes to range in this zone. So as you see, we are here. We are holding this previous support zone over here. So we're holding it. As long as we're holding this zone, we're fine. We could come as low as here and still be fine, but we need to rotate up. The movement up was like, it was impulsive in the beginning, but it's kind of dying off. Now let's see what happens today. I expect probably a pump when the market's open for the DXY. Volume on the DXY, it looks very strange. Probably you can't measure volume, but it is tradable, so volume is measurable on the DXY. On the 4-hourly, let's look if volume makes sense. For every time we're moving up, volume declines, and then volume is increasing on the way down. Volume increasing on the way down. It doesn't look that good, but I expect a small, at least a small pump. If the DXY can come and hold above this zone, then that's a takeoff. But I think first zone to look at is 104.3 for the DXY. So if we can get up there, then Solana and crypto market will be going down. If DXY starts tanking and starts going down, then that would be good for the market. Keep an eye on the DXY. One more thing before we go, the VIX is still holding the lows, trying to make a rotation, but it's struggling for the past so many days. One more thing before we go, I just want you to take a look at the euro. The euro would tell us that if the DXY is going up, because inversely the euro makes 56% of the DXY. If the euro is going up, then the DXY is going down, and vice versa. So the euros had a tank today, tanked. So that tells me the euro is trying to come lower, and this is parity. This is when they're 1-to-1. So let's see how it plays out. That's all I have for Solana. Hope you like the update. Subscribe to the channel, hit the likes, and join the free Discord. And if you really like the content, then you can support the channel through a link in the channel description and in the video description. More trades. I'm out.